Uh, can you hear me okay?
Yes, hi, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So you're all based from APJ Business School, Delhi, is it?
Right.
And you're
Right,
all in a
ma'am.
digital marketing course. Is it a master's course?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can call me Uzma. You don't need to call me ma'am. I feel so awkward. We work in Dublin and no one calls each other ma'ams or sirs. We just address each other with their names. So that's how it works there. So I'll give my introduction to you guys in a different way, in a very informal way. So I'm Uzma. I come from India as well. I was born and brought up in Kashmir, so very close to Delhi. I came to Dublin almost a decade ago to do my master's in Smurfit Business School and stayed here, got amazing opportunities working here. And ever since then, I have been working here always. So I can give you a lot of insights about how I work with marketing and how we get our leads through digital marketing predominantly, which could be relevant to you. I believe in a lot of personal development. So I do a lot of course education. I'm doing currently an MBA with London School of Economics because I believe in constantly evolving in my, for my personal development. And these help me to kind of hone my skills and move in my career. I started off with an events company called Web Summit. It's one of the biggest technological events company here, where we would run a lot of events, and then that's where I got exposure to kind of talking to top CMOs of different companies, be it Booking.com and SAP, and closing deals with them to understand how they would want to kind of generate leads through Web Summit, be it from their using their Twitter handle or using their events platform. And then worked there for around 4.5 years and then moved to Salesforce. I'm sure you all would be aware of Salesforce. Yeah? Sorry, guys. I would want it to be interactive. Do you guys know about Salesforce?
No, pardon. Can you please repeat?
Sorry, can you hear me? Okay. So I was just saying that currently I'm working for Salesforce. Salesforce has a CRM product for sales, and they have a marketing product to manage digital marketing, and it's called Pardot. It's for you to kind of manage different digital marketing initiatives that you do, be it email marketing, Twitter, Facebook, and to kind of understand how much budget is being allocated where and what is the return of investment you are getting, which is very vital for digital marketers to kind of understand different budget allocations for every quarter. So do you guys have any questions about my experiences here or my experiences dealing with different marketers? I'm happy to answer and make it more like a Q&A session than just me lecturing about digital marketing to you guys.
Make it a bit of Q&A session. I just want to know, so that they can also learn. What is your experience in dealing with different marketers? What is their expectation like when you joined your first job after completing your graduation from some of it? What was your experience as a fresher? What they expect from a marketers? What was your that experience? If you can share it.
Yeah, definitely. It is amazing to see that how times have changed now. People are more inclined towards web marketing and email marketing than the traditional marketing. But I came from a company that used to run events. So my job was to kind of convince them that still face-to-face interactions can be helpful for marketers. Going to the events would be helpful for them to generate quality leads. So it was very difficult for me because I was trying to convince them to come back to the traditional marketing way, which is, running events or meeting physically and trying to engage audience that way. So I would deal with these CMOs of different companies and try to understand their budgets, because the most important thing for a marketer is that they get a set amount of budget and they are responsible for the return of investment they would get in the budget. So it's really important for them to prove the value that they're getting in different aspects of marketing that they're doing. Like if they're investing X amount of money in Google AdWords, are they generating enough leads? Are those leads getting converted into sales? What revenue are they generating from that set of marketers? So it's really crucial for them because they are responsible for, they get this a huge chunk of budget for that. So you have to convince them in terms of what is the return that you get. So the priority for marketers, first thing is return on investment for anything they do, be it Google AdWords, be it events, or be it Facebook marketing, LinkedIn marketing. If they're allocating an X amount of money, they need to prove what is the return they got on it for them to get that budget again next year. The second priority for them is to work very closely with sales team. Like I myself am in sales and I work very closely with the marketing team to understand what are the quality of leads that sales team are getting. Are they happy with the flow of the leads? Are they happy with the conversions? Does marketing team need to change the strategy that they have at the moment? So it's very important to align with different stakeholders internally as well as a marketer to understand if your, if your strategy is working or not. Hope that answers your question. Anuj.
Yeah, it answers my question. I have another question is that like you have seen and I have seen like marketing has been completely turned around. Previously we were doing traditional marketing. Hope you remember it. When we graduated from UCD, how we entered. They have targeted us through traditional marketing. Somebody came from Ireland and they stopped there, and then they started targeting Indian students and all. So today the scenarios overall changed. The pandemic has also changed the scenario. At the same time, physical contact is less. We are more dependent on technology, as you are saying that the CEOs and all, they are expecting every penny which they are spending, they want output for that. So I just want to ask you how the scenario has been changed when there has been a shift from traditional marketing to a digital marketing, and any particular changes like staff, like few staff members are not comfortable with digital, those who are aged and all, few are very much comfortable. And I just want to understand the scenario, a shift from traditional marketing to digital marketing, if you can.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure this shift is happening in India as well. But
Yes.
in Dublin, there's this massive move that now the marketing is all about digital marketing here. And the wave has hit so hard that people, like even from job perspective, people are looking for people with experience in digital marketing a lot here. So they're hiring predominantly people with digital marketing experience because they want to replace traditional marketing with digital marketing. They want people that have a little bit of tech, because for you to manage that digital marketing, be it email or Google AdWords or other digital spend that you're doing here and there, you need to understand from how you're going to manage all that. So for that, they used a piece of technology like HubSpot or Pardot. So someone to have that experience of tech as well is vital. So people can get a little bit of uncomfortable with innovation, right? Because you have to kind of manage that change within your stakeholders. There's a very rigid approach to marketing and wants to go the traditional way, like using references or using events or using anything else. So it's really important for you to understand that for you to grow, because there's this huge wave that has hit, that people are steering towards digital marketing. It's really important for companies to adapt to that. It's really for companies to keep up with that with an idea of what they are getting. There's a lesser spend as well in digital marketing if it's managed well. And so yes, initially there is a setback, there is a little bit of resistance for the people, but now people are aware of it, that they need to onboard their own employees and to have an open outlook towards it, and also need to give them the experience of using that technology to manage it. So in all the companies currently at the moment, every company is using either HubSpot or Pardot or Marketo if it's a B2C company to manage their marketing and their spend as well. We have a few questions popping up. I'll just read them and try to address them.
Students have started asking questions, so now they're taking interest in our chat.
How you can bond, how how you can a bond be
I'm
created in
sorry. There was a typing error. How
Okay.
can we create a bond in a digital marketing platforms? Like, is it a better way than traditional way of marketing? Like in traditional way, we meet the person or maybe online. But in digital marketing, we don't know the
Who you're
clients.
talking. Yeah. So let's talk about volume here. Definitely, bond is going to take a time for you to create a bond. But digital marketing has different steps, as you would learn in your course, or you would have already learned. So initially, you're just nurturing your potential clients, right? You're sending them different emails, telling them a little bit more about your product, getting them interested in your product. And then once you have done that little bit of nurturing, which is through, say, tweets or through LinkedIn ads or through your emails that you're sending, so that way you're getting a person interested in talking to you or getting to know a little bit more about your product. So digital marketing is better this way because you can reach to a wider audience than a traditional marketing approach, right? You can reach to millions of people. There's no limit for you if you're kind of doing target emailing, or if you're doing like online ads and stuff. And then the bonding piece, definitely there is a change there. Definitely in traditional way, if you're talking to a client face to face, you can bond better. With digital marketing, given the fact that now everybody's online, all your potential clients are online, they're using one platform or the other. And if you're targeting your ads in the correct way, you're meeting them in different platforms. For example, the same ad they see on the Facebook and the LinkedIn or on Google, they're getting the same message. And that's the way for them to bond with you. And then finally, when they talk to the sales rep, once the lead is converted, definitely there's a relationship there. So I don't think it's a big of an issue that digital marketing would have issues in terms of the bonding with the customer, because initially you're only nurturing a customer, which cannot happen in traditional marketing. You cannot go and knock everyone's door and tell them, hey, look at our product. But you can do that with digital marketing. You can knock everyone's door to different online platforms till they get interested in talking to you. So I don't see that as a disadvantage in the nurturing phase, but definitely in the conversion phase, there is a requirement for you to put that face-to-face element with the customer, which is salesperson's job, not a marketer job, to be honest. Your job is to kind of generate the leads and hand them over to sales. And then it's their job to kind of build on those relationships. Okay, how are the results of digital marketing measured? Like, companies have to allocate money for these activities. That's where the tech comes into place. I have spoken to our companies, because my job is selling to marketers. I have spoken to the companies who have spreadsheets of, okay, we spent $10,000, how many leads were converted, how much revenue was converted, but you don't have time for all that now. So there's different technologies that you can use. There's our product, Salesforce Pardot, where you can, which is all online piece of technology where you create different campaigns within the product. You allocate different budgets. It syncs with your Sales Cloud, which is our CRM piece. Based on the revenue we have generated, it collects that data back into the Pardot. It tells you exactly through Google AdWords. For example, if you've spent 10 grand on Google AdWords, you've generated revenue of 40 grand. So it makes sense for you to invest again in Google AdWords. It also gives you reports and dashboards of telling you which campaign worked over what in what quarter. For example, Google AdWords is working better than Facebook ads, or a marketer would have an understanding of, let's spend on Google AdWords in the next quarter and spend lesser on Facebook ads. So definitely technology plays a key role. And I assume at this stage, every company should have a piece of technology for marketers to make it easy for them, rather than sitting on spreadsheets and writing down, and collaborating with sales team to see how many leads were converted, how much revenue was generated. So yes, HubSpot is a great tool as well. Salesforce Pardot is a great tool if you're doing B2B marketing. But if you're doing B2C marketing, then Marketo, I don't know if you've heard of that, is a great piece of technology that a lot of companies are using for B2C marketing. So yes, technology, as I mentioned before. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one. Since you very well explained that initially you were involved in the traditional selling. So, what were the challenges that you first entered the digital aspect of marketing, or probably selling things online? So, I just wanted to know, like, as a beginner's approach, where do you exactly start? because there's a lot of material that is present. How do you probably filter that and start off, because there are certain things you first learn on the job, or you already learn and then start a job off with. So just wanted to know that what approach would be right, whether to learn it first and then probably look for, and probably just learn while you're doing the traditional, and then learn side by side how digital aspects work. So just wanted to have an approach this aspect.
Do you personally want a career in marketing for yourself? Like do you want to be like a marketer, or do you want to steer towards digital marketing? I'm just asking.
Marketing.
Marketing, so both, yeah. So the best approach would be like to get into the marketing field at the moment, and then understanding what the companies, depends on what company you go for, understanding what the company is using at the moment, trying to find the loopholes of what is working and what not working, and then growing from there, and then learning the new skills. If you want to move the company altogether from traditional to digital marketing, or use both, depends on what works for what company. Like if it's a massive company, for example, say for example a Porsche, they don't need that much of digital marketing. A lot of their sales are dependent on personal relationships and traditional marketing. It works for them. So it comes down to the brand that you're working for, right? So my advice would be just go get into the company, understand what they're using, continue using some aspects of traditional marketing, and then build on that, and then introduce digital marketing, and then learn the skills over that. There are so many HubSpot certifications, guys, that are free, that will help you kind of hone your skills that you can use in digital marketing, definitely. And there's so much that you can learn as you go. So don't think whatever you're learning is a college or in university, the skills that you're learning is what you will actually do. If you'll ask me, whatever I've done, I must have done 4 or 5 courses so far. I have learned more from the experience than what the courses have taught me. It all comes down to the situation you're put into, and then learning from there. So definitely I would say go into whatever you want to go into traditional marketing style. If you want to go learn from there, it can work for some companies, as I mentioned, but then the future has changed. The future is all about digital marketing then. So if you want to be high skilled in the market, then you need to kind of upskill, and you can definitely upskill through learning digital marketing skills, but you don't have to straight away dive into this. It again comes down, as I mentioned, to the brand that you're working for.
Thank you for answering that question.
I have one question in mind, Uzma. Like, how different it is, like what we study in the classrooms. Like, we are studying obviously digital marketing through LinkedIn, Facebook, and all. We are studying about platforms. How, as you said, like whatever certifications you have done, the experience, the job is completely different. So, what you want to say, like how it is different, from studying, and what actually job demands, if you can put a light on that.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, Anuj, because you and I have done a similar course, right? Whatever we learned in lectures have never helped me in my career. But you remember the case studies we used to do? Yeah.
Yes, I remember. And students, we had a session of 3 hours continuously. Here in India, we only have a session of around 1 hour. So in 3 hours, we have case studies and all. We used to sit and listen all the lectures. So that I remember, yeah.
So the curriculum and the styling, teaching style here is very different. Maybe Anuj can adapt to that and start that in India. I don't know how the teaching style is in India. Our curriculum, we didn't have any exams. We had continuous assessment. Maybe we had 1 or 2 exams for 2 modules, but everything else was continuous assessment. And we were assessed on presentations. We assessed on how we contribute in the class, how many people asking questions. For example, 3 or 4 of you guys asked me questions. I would give you a grade A if I was your professor in the class. So this shows how involved the students are. It was not more of like, oh, digital marketing you can do 4 ways, 1, 2, 3, 4. It was nothing like that. There used to be lectures, but what helped me more and what really helps you in your career is case studies. I don't know if you have case studies in your course, but learn from different cases. You can get access to case studies online as well. Case studies are like a story about a company, a situation given to you, and then analyzing that situation and coming up with creative solutions. If you were, for example, a marketing head of that company, how would you deal with it? So those case studies and whatever you learn from them give you the practical experience of what really helps you in the job. But other than that, to be honest, like nothing against education. It's great to be educated. Like I am a big endorser sitting here who spends dollars and dollars every year to get all these courses from all the fancy universities. It's great on your career, on your CV and stuff, but when it comes to the practicality of your job, it's your experience that counts. Definitely those case studies would help you a lot, but other than that, the more deeper you get into your role once you start your career, the more experienced you would get. So get your hands dirty. Once you finish your course, try and get into the job that's relevant to your interest. For example, if you want to become a digital marketer, or if you want to do that, or along with the job, I don't know if you have an opportunity to intern with someone, just intern for free if you have to, but that's how you will learn more than kind of studying in a classroom and learning. So definitely it's very different. In my experience, it's very, very different. Like I did a course in strategy, and right now I'm like selling money that they taught me. One thing I learned was skills of negotiation, and negotiation is something that I really enjoy, and I really enjoy sitting in the room and trying to negotiate massive deals. So that's something that got me interested in understanding what I want from my career. So doing a course in strategy and one module in negotiation made me realize that I want to do sales in all my career. So yes, that was a realization that my university gave me. Other than that, everything else I learned has been through experience. So yeah, it's very different.
One thing
Negotiation
I want to,
as a subject.
yeah,
how much?
this question, last question. Negotiation as a subject. How much?
Geez, forget it as a subject, as a skill. It is so important. It is so important to learn how to negotiate, because in your life at every stage, I believe every person is a seller. You're either selling yourself to a company when you're looking for a job, or you're selling a skill that you have as a marketer. So it's so important to learn how to negotiate. It's so important to understand other person's body language and analyzing how you can win in that negotiation game. It was a game changer for me in my career. If I've seen growth and hit promotions every year, it's not just because I was able to negotiate deals with my customers, but it was also because I was able to negotiate those promotions with my employers. I was able to prove to them that why did I deserve it over anyone else. So it's such an important skill, not a subject, but a skill. And I believe it's a basic life skill that everyone should learn. And you don't need to go to different colleges and universities to learn the skills. There are ample of resources online, and there are so many books that you can read on negotiation and learn the skill.
Okay. Anyone else want to ask anything?
If you can suggest one or two, like I know about the courses, but if you can suggest one of the books that we can read, because I think that will be a lot of learning that would be involved in that particular way. We totally agree that now it's all digitally available everywhere, but books have such knowledge that you would want to read and understand things.
I can send a list of few books that I personally have read to Anuj, and he can share with you guys. I can share the read list. I can also send links to some negotiation lectures. They're not actually a part of the course, but there are famous lectures from Harvard or Oxford that have really helped me change my life. I can send that over to Anuj and send you the reading material and the names of the books as well.
That'll be great. Thanks a lot.
No worries.
Okay, so anyone else want to ask anything? Because I guess
we have 5 minutes, guys, and I need to.
Yes, we have 5 more minutes, and one more thing, students. I want to say you all look how we manage time. We all are Indians, like Uzma is also from Kashmir, so we all are Indians. Look how she managing her time, and how punctuality, how how your profession teaches you punctuality and all. She has told me she will join at 2:30 as per Indian time, and she will give you time till 3 p.m. So that's what it is. That's
every minute here is crucial, guys. I have like calendar packed. Like when Anuj said, I was like, I knew a week before that I only have this bandwidth and I have to keep this open. When you come and work, I don't know how's the situation in India. I've never worked in India, so I can't really compare. I only did my school in India. But when you start working here, every bit of energy, I read energy and I'm like energy, every bit of time is so crucial. So you have to be punctual, and I have an 8-month-old baby, so I have to take out time for her as well. So
anyone else want to ask anything?
Energy. Thank you, Piyush. Salesforce.
I want to ask about the Salesforce. So what is the scope of the Salesforce? Can you please tell?
Salesforce, like from the workplace perspective or from software perspective?
From the software perspective.
Geez, it's the market leader in the market right now. Like it's the top top CRM provider. Not that much into marketing at the moment, but from the sales perspective, it's number one CRM provider in the world at the moment. So it's a great product because I used to use Salesforce before I joined Salesforce. I used to use Salesforce and Web Summit to manage my pipeline, and we used to use Salesforce for marketing as well. And then I loved this product so much that I was like, okay, I need to work for them. So yes, from a product perspective, it's a great product. They're all about innovation. They do 3 updates every year. They are so good with their R&D. So everything on Salesforce is up to date, which is why they're market leaders. They're like iPhone in the market at the moment. Like they keep up with the innovations. Before they're so quick and so agile that even before a company thinks about changing something, they've already adapted it and changed it. Salesforce has this thing called as Einstein, which uses AI technology within CRM. So imagine having AI while you're doing marketing or doing sales. It's like having your personal robot telling you what you need to do. So that's how far they have gone. So yeah, it's a great product. I'm not saying that because I work for them. I'm saying that because I've used them. So I'm a huge fan of Salesforce as a product and even as a workplace, guys. If you're looking at opportunities in Salesforce India, it's a great workplace to work for, great work-life culture and great opportunities to grow, and they pay you really well. That matters, right?
Okay, I guess time is up. So I just, on behalf of APG School of Management, I want to thank you, Uzma, for joining us and giving us your 30 minutes from your busy schedule. It was, we have taken guest lecture prior, but this was a completely different guest lecture. Students was continuously participating, asking question, and they are very happy with the kind of exposure you have given it to them. It was the best exposure which you have given to them all in the last 30 minutes, and we are very thankful to you, and looking to invite you once again whenever we will get time and whenever you will be agree to join with us. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks once again.
Guys, and you can share my LinkedIn with them. If you guys have
Yes.
any questions, feel free to connect with me on the LinkedIn and ask me those questions. I'm always happy to help. All right, thank you so much. I have to rush for another meeting, but it was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. So all of you, please don't leave the meeting. Uzma, you can leave. So all of you, please fill the feedback form. Once you will fill the feedback form, I will put the attendance link in your group and you can fill your attendance. Attendance link will remain active till 3:30 because I knew the guest lecture will exceed. So that's why I...
The name of the organization, what we have to write?
Salesforce. It's about the guest.
And designation?
SMD account manager. You have everything here. I have shared the creative of the guest. So all of you fill it at 3:15 in your WhatsApp group. I will share the attendance link and it will remain active till 3:30. You can put your attendance. Thank you, everyone. Hope you all have enjoyed the lecture.